Activision, Blizzard, and Bethesda are coming together here in Cologne to bring you what you want. More new games.
And we've got our work cut out for us this week as we showcase the more than 50 titles on display and the many ways to play that makes Xbox the best place for gaming.
And to do all that, we've assembled an international squad because with this many titles, we need reinforcements.
That's right, Lena. You need a crack team of gamers willing to play and properly fan out over the latest titles. It's a tough job, but somebody has to do it.
So get yourself ready for some interviews, live gameplay, and some big announcements across Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud, plus all the latest titles from Game Pass and PC Game Pass.
You know, in fact, Henry, we've already seen the brand new game mode reveal for Forza Horizon 5, Hide and Seek, at the top of the show. And remember, that launches on September 10th on Forza Horizon 5.
But first, it's over to Charlie.
To help kick off our show, we've got some very familiar faces here with us. It's Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer. Thank you so much for joining us today. First question, how does it feel to be here at Xbox's Gamescom presence?
I'm not going to cap with you.
Much energy
100%.
It's been fantastic.
I scrambled.
To see the fans, to be part of opening live
I
last
scrambled
night,
to
see
get
their
here,
reaction.
and
This booth, and I have no idea why we're calling it a booth.
I'm a little late.
It's not a booth. It's an
I'm like
entire
2 minutes late.
wonderland.
It really is.
With-
if you're watching this
Yeah,
right?
with
as a video,
experiences, with games
this
that
is
you can
probably even
play,
more
things
funny
you can see,
for you,
incredible
but if you're
photo
live right now with me,
opportunities is fantastic. So to see folks pouring in
I
and
didn't
experiencing
realize
it,
I didn't do my research.
and it's just, it
and
reminds you of what
I
makes
didn't.
this
I forgot that
industry
this is going to be
special, which is all
literally
about
in the
celebrating
morning.
games, the joy they
So
bring, and the
I'm
people
literally
that-
scrambling to get
For us,
everything
our
set up.
first
I'm
Gamescom
not
with Activision,
really
Blizzard,
set up
Bethesda,
just yet.
Xbox all here together.
At all.
So there's definitely something special. All the teams have gotten
Turn that up,
together,
too.
and I think there's just
My
such
God.
great representation. I'll
Like,
also
bro,
say
I don't even have
the
the
industry's
chat
gone
box
through a lot of
in the right
transition
spot
with our
just yet.
shows, and seeing Gamescom as strong as
That-
ever,
that
with
tells you
fans, consumers
where
coming
I'm at
in, all the
right now.
creators that are here.
Okay.
Strength
That
across Europe.
tells you
Like
where
we
I'm
need
at.
more of this in the industry. I'm glad we're here supporting.
Bro,
And
chat
it's
good.
just awesome
By the
to
way,
see how the gamers show up to support this show.
what the
Bigger
hell's
and
going
better
on
every
here?
year. We love to see it. Before we come to the booth, though,
What
I
the
actually
world's
want to
going
talk.
on
I
here?
saw you
Wally,
both
is
were
everything
at
good?
Opening
I know
Night
you
Live
just
yesterday, and there were some
commented,
pretty
so
amazing reveals and
everything
news in
good?
there. So what was it like? I couldn't get a ticket, unfortunately, but what was it
Also,
like
let
to be
me
in the
make
room
sure
with
it's
that
not-
live
okay, it's
reaction?
in one
There's
mode,
nothing
blah,
better
blah,
than being in the room with
good.
the live reaction
I can bet.
and to just see people marvel at the things that are being made.
Okay.
All the work being showcased, and folks put so much work into bringing that forward. I'd say for me, it was really cool to see
And
Game
save
Pass
that.
titles in the show. I think we had over a dozen.
My
titles
apologies
that
for
are
not
coming to
having
Game Pass in
everything,
the show. We just having a fantastic,
sort of
fantastic
set
lineup.
in motion.
But I was especially
Dude, what the
excited
heck is
to
going on with my
announce
YouTube
that
app right
Genshin
now?
Impact is coming to
Oh
Xbox.
yeah,
It's
that's
good?
my one. That's
Yeah.
mine.
There's some pretty cool Game Pass rewards that are going to
Look
be
at
part of that.
Nice.
There's going to be full cross progression, and it's also
Bro,
going to be
what
on
the
cloud.
hell?
So
Ooh.
that one was a real highlight for me because I know so many fans are excited to enjoy
I don't know.
that
I
on
don't know what
Xbox.
really to
I
expect
love when creators are making new things.
on this one. So
and it's
if
you have
I'm
to be
shocked
really
on something,
brave to
trust
come
me,
to a
I'm
show
probably gonna be
maybe
shocked
before
on a
you're
lot.
done.
Not really
show your
expecting.
game, get the feedback.
Of course, I did look at the whole
Teams that are
catalog, what's really going to be
creating
happening.
New games.
Like I
thought
said,
the
sorry, no
diversity of
warm-up
games to show
whatsoever
is
at
awesome.
all.
Absolutely,
From
yeah.
big
Is
games to smaller games,
internet
things
good
we've
with you
heard
guys?
of,
It's
seen,
good?
things we hadn't heard of. I also have to say Genshin. We got to meet with the MiHoYo team earlier in the day,
Yeah.
and they had such excitement for their announcement. And it was nice to be able to support that.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know what it
fantastic.
is
And
with the
obviously we can't
YouTube
talk about
app
Opening
right
Night
now. It's
Live.
kind
We
of
saw some
wild.
amazing new stuff from Indiana Jones and the Great Circle as well,
Yeah.
as well as that exciting
the
release
heck is
date.
going on?
We also saw the news
Like,
about PlayStation as well, which is really cool. I'm really
I've
interested in
refreshed
that.
it like
So I
7
want to know
times.
how this connects back to Xbox's perspective on how and when this approach happens to other titles.
I mean,
gonna
I'll start just
reset
saying
that.
Machine Games is doing such a nice job with
Yeah.
that game. I thought it showed really well.
I guess I'll just restart
and that's
that.
the most
weird.
important thing is quality of the
Absolutely.
games,
Yeah.
teams that are getting
That's
support
weird.
that can go build the game. And it was just nice. The long gameplay segment.
They
that
didn't
had, I
fumble
thought was
last
fantastic.
time.
Going to
So
the
I'm
PlayStation
expecting
announcement,
them not to
obviously
fumble.
last spring, we
Again,
launched
they
4
had
games, 2 of
the
them on
greatest,
the Switch, 4 of them on PlayStation. We
showcase
said
this
we're gonna
year.
learn.
We said we'd
So-
watch. I think at Showcase, I might have said from our
I'm
learning,
pretty
we're
sure
gonna do
they
more.
shouldn't fumble.
What I
I'm probably
see when I look
I'm
is our
expecting
franchises are getting
maybe some
stronger.
gameplay
Our
from
Xbox
a lot of these
console players
games
are
and
as
stuff like
high
that
this
we
year
maybe
as they've
didn't
ever
see
been.
too much
So I
of.
look
That's
at
what I'm
it
more
and I say,
expecting.
okay, our player numbers are going
If they
up
show
for the
new
console
stuff
platform.
or
Our
shadow drop,
franchises are as
I'm
strong
cool
as
with
they've
that
ever
as well.
been.
Like
And we run a
shadow
business.
drops
Like,
are
it's
pretty
definitely
dope,
true inside of
and they do
Microsoft. The
shadow
bar is
drop
high
a
for
lot
us
of
in
stuff
terms of
in
the
Game
delivery
Pass,
that we have to
especially
give
when
back to the
things are
company,
leaving
'cause
Game
we
Pass,
get a
like their
level of
contracts are
support
really
from a
up.
company that's
Then they'll
just
just
amazing
like
in what we're able
grab
to
a
go
bunch
do.
of other things and
So
then
I
run it
look
in
at
there
this, how
and
can we
run
make
its
our
course.
games as strong
So
as
hopefully we
possible?
get some
Our
pretty good
platform
games for
continues
Game
to grow,
Pass.
both on console, on PC, and on cloud. And I think
Maybe
it's
even
just gonna be a
confirmation of
strategy
maybe
that
some
works for us. And the last thing I'll
remaster
probably
stuff
say
or something like
is
that.
I
That'd
think
be
as
cool
an
from
industry right
Bethesda or
now,
something.
there's a lot of pressure on the industry. It's been growing for a long time, and now people are looking for ways to grow. And I think that us as fans, as players of games, we just have to anticipate there's going to be more
Man, I gave like
change
no warning
in
for
how
this
some of
stream,
the
bro.
traditional ways
If you're
that
here in the
games
morning,
were
I
built
appreciate
and
you.
distributed. That's going to
100%.
change. That's going to
Because
change
I
for
gave
all
like
of us.
literally
But
no
the end
warning for
result
this stream.
has to be
I
better
gave
games
like
that
no
more people can play.
prep
And we're
setup
not
time,
focused on
no
that. I
nothing.
think we're focused
And
on
I really
the wrong
can't
things.
like.
So for
I guess I
us,
could
Xbox,
tweet out right
health
now.
of Xbox, health of our platform, and our growing games, most important things.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Lovely. Now back to the booth. I saw you both walking around earlier before you joined me up here, sneaking some pictures with devs at Frontier, Sega, and GSC Game World. So I want to know, Sarah, specifically what it's like to be working with our partners here in Europe and what kind of evolution we can see from these partners in the future.
The partnership we have with here in Europe is fantastic. We have over 2,000 partners in EMEA actively building games.
That's a lot of emails.
I know, it is a lot of emails for Xbox,
Get that out.
PC, and console and cloud today. We've got over 20 of them here with us, here in the booth. And it's just been great to walk around, to see what they're doing.
I want to see more of
2-Point
this
Museum
game.
for Sega Europe.
Space Marines.
We've
Man, I
got
want
the
to see more of
Stalker
that.
2 team, GSC Game World, back with us, supporting them over the last couple of years has been a real highlight. So to get to be able to play their game again here is fantastic. We just walked over and checked out Winterboro, which
Oh, the
is a
little
very,
mouse
very
game.
special.
Oh, they look so cute. I'm very excited for that one.
And so it's great to be able to grow here with the partners that we have in Europe.
Amazing. And it also comes, as well as the amazing support you've got for local devs, is there's such a huge play base here in Europe as well.
Yeah,
So what kind
absolutely.
of special stuff are you seeing from us over here?
I mean, Europe's always been really important to Xbox. It used to be we treated this almost solely as a PC show. Well, I'm old enough that I remember we used to kind of take E3 and just show it again. Like this was back when we didn't really treat Gamescom with the respect that it deserves. Then we were focused more on PC. Now what we find here is putting our games on PC, on console really matches to the diverse player base you see in Europe. Like some of the strongest franchises on PC are from here. You have great console support. So the most important thing for us is to show local support for creators, to put games in the hands of people. One thing that's great about Gamescom is you can come and you can play the games. You can feel what it's like to play Stalker or Vessel of Hatred from Diablo. Like you get your chance here. And I think that's something special about this show. And it's so accessible to so much of Europe. I just love that we support it the way we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the sheer scale that it demands, as well as you were saying earlier, Sarah, absolutely.
With our little city here.
I mean, big old money banks, Big Daddy Phil Spencer coming through and doing all the W interviews and stuff like that. It's pretty great. Not gonna lie.
At all, which is criminal
it is
in and
pretty
of
great
itself.
seeing him
but
out
we
there
saw the 3 new
doing
options for the Xbox Series X and S. So I was wondering if there's a little bit more information we can share about
Well, pre-orders are starting today.
Yes, Sarah.
All right,
Yeah,
get yours in. We're
You guys
launching on
having any
October
troubles
15th in select markets. And we
with,
also
if you're
have
watching mobile,
some very cool
let me know.
accessibility options, which
If
we're
you're
going to be
watching on
talking
the
more about
YouTube
later
or
today.
mobile app, let me know if
and
you're
for
having
holiday
any
and the rest
issues.
of this year, some
Diablo?
very cool console wraps that you
I
can
didn't
get
pay attention.
to
Should be just trying
adorn
to
your
see this.
console as you may choose.
Christmas
They said
list
Diablo?
sorted then. Thank you very much, Sarah. Okay, console options done. We're going to hear they're becoming
I haven't
just
played
in time
Diablo
for Call
in
of
a
Duty
minute.
Black Ops 6, which is amazing. Cannot wait for
looked
that.
so good last night in the show.
Yeah. Oh my
Fantastic.
goodness me, it was just
The camera
silent.
from Raven, I thought was just awesome.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Talking of games, I do want to know though, what are you going to be playing? Is there anything you've got your eye on? Last year we spoke about Brotato, and I wanted to give you an update and everyone at home that I have now 100%ed Little Kitty
Let's
Big
get
City.
into this. Sorry,
It
like I
is
said.
quite possibly the
Sorry,
greatest
Chad, I
game
gave
of
you
all
guys
time.
no warning
Is there
whatsoever. All we
anything
just
on your
got off a
backlog that you
stream
need
not
to
that
catch
long
up on,
ago
or anything coming up soon
with
you want to
Cell
dive
Max
into?
as well.
Well, the Game Pass
you guys are getting
lineup is
bombarded with streams
making the
today.
backlog
Hopefully you enjoy it.
extraordinarily long.
I hope you enjoy it.
And it's getting even better this year, both on console and PCs. We've got Aura coming. We have Age of Mythology.
You need to show me something.
Which looks
Show me something
incredible.
good.
Yeah. Black Ops 6, of
Like,
course.
show me
Indiana
something
Jones,
that's like
Stalker 2.
that's gonna get them
it's
talking
all
about
like,
Xbox for a
every
little bit
month there's
again,
something
Phil.
pretty
It's a lot of
amazing.
games.
There's a lot
That's
of
what you need
games.
to do.
We like games around here. But I would say, from a personal
It's not good.
perspective,
It's good. Not seeing any
super
problems on mobile
excited
for you.
for Diablo
That's
4,
weird that it was.
especially
I guess
because
it was
my
just
father
doing
is
it on
probably
mine
the
for some
biggest
reason. I don't know.
Diablo,
Like I
fan,
said,
so
it could just
Vessel
been
of
messed up on
Hatred,
mine
and that
where I
coming
said
up.
it stuff and I
Yeah,
didn't
the
give
fact that
really
Vessel of
any
Hatred is coming up is
sort of
pretty
actual
big
warning that this is
in their world.
going
And
up.
then
I just hit it
am
and it was like
excited
time to
to
go
play
live.
Genshin Impact on
Yes.
So,
Xbox,
and
and
it could have been
particularly
something.
to check it out
I don't know,
over the
'cause
cloud.
Yeah,
connection
very good.
still
We'll have to
seems
duo
fine.
for that one. That sounds grand.
Yeah.
Love it. Perfect. Phil, anything for you?
Well, P3 on Xbox Live. People can see what I'm playing.
Yeah.
A lot of Diablo 4 right now. My rapid fire rogue is L100. All my glyphs to
good.
21.
Yeah.
Having a good time with that. I mean, I just love the game, playing with my friends. Path of the Goddess, Kinesugami.
Nice, yeah.
Like our partners at Capcom doing new IP. It was awesome to be able to partner with them. It's something
Yeah.
in Game Pass. As they're investing in new, like we can actually come in with some financial funding to help support them investing in. And I just love the color palette, the boss design.
I heard that.
Just a really,
I
really
heard
fun game.
we
Some old school
can
kind of
come
tower
in
defense
and
mechanics.
financial
I love that.
support,
One of the things I get to
meaning
do every month is I go through the
was like,
ID
this
selects
shit
with
ain't
the
gonna
team,
be
and we vote
just
internally on
PlayStation.
games from
That's what I
different
kind of
ID
heard in
developers.
between that.
Daydreams is a game I'm really liking. Little boy and his toy.
I ain't mad at it, though.
Teddy bear and kind of a single
Yes,
player. type
Xbox
co-op
at
game. It's
Gamescom
fun.
right now.
I think
I
a couple
wasn't
months ago,
expecting it this
Highwater
early
was a
either. I
game
was
that's really
expecting
good.
it more
I
like
love when I get a list
maybe
of games
somewhere
from
around
creators and teams I haven't seen
11
before,
a.m. to
and get
1
to dive in. I think
p.m.
there's like 15 of them.
That's what I was more
play 'em, and
expecting. I wasn't
my vote's
expecting
just like
this
anybody
early.
else's vote in terms of where they rank. But that's fun. A lot of great games, a lot of kind of new things and things that have been around for a while. Oh, and I'm here, so I'm not doing it. My buggy in Starfield. I'm looking forward. I've been asking for Todd for vehicles. Come on, Todd. I want vehicles in this game. I'm tired of walking around this planet. And I thought the trailer for that looked really good last night, so I can't wait to drive around
Shaft City.
Wonderful.
I thought
And talking of driving, I'm
Diablo
personally, if
4
anyone's wondering,
ain't
super
terrible.
excited. Forza
But it's got
Horizon
its
5 is
problems.
over there.
Yeah.
I ain't played it a little
I
bit,
cannot
but
put down.
I don't
Absolutely
remember it
adore
being
it. So
terrible.
if
I
they've
remember
got
having some
something new
fun.
cooking, I desperately need to
Uh,
see
New
what
gameplay
they're
mode.
on it.
Yeah.
So excited. Well, thank you so much for
I think I
joining
still
me.
have
Thanks
it
so much for the
downloaded
chat.
on my
Please
Xbox.
enjoy getting your hands on
I don't
our
think I've
lovely
even
we've got here.
uninstalled it or
But
anything
I'm going to
yet.
speak to these guys here.
Hey,
because
Josh, how's
if
it
you are,
going?
Like me,
How's it going?
you've been eyeing up those new consoles, then buckle up because we want to help you win one. Now, over to Bex with more information.
Well, thanks, Charlie. So not only are these honeys available for
I'm not gonna lie, though, that
right now,
Galaxy-themed
anyone
Xbox
watching the
Series X
broadcast
is hard
has
as hell,
a chance
man.
to enter to win
I'm
either
not gonna cap
the
with
1
you.
terabyte Xbox Series
Like, that
X
shit's
all
dope.
digital edition, by the way. The
It's
1
dope.
terabyte Xbox Series S, both in Robot
Boy, that
White,
look
are the
good.
grand prize of the 2 terabyte special edition Galaxy Xbox Series X. I mean, look
That
how
shit look
gorgeous
good.
that is. To enter, just head over to twitch.tv/Xbox, check out the rules and all the info in the chat. And best of
What
all,
you gotta do?
good luck.
What you gotta do?
Next up, we saw Forza Horizon 5's new gameplay
Yo,
mode
what's good?
reveal at the top of the show, the hide and seek. We are now
No
gonna
coffee
look
this
at
morning? I
some
don't
new
drink
wheels
coffee.
that have been inspired
I haven't
by
drank
Dallas
coffee in-
Maverick star
in
Luka Doncic,
probably over,
and best of all,
I would
blessed
say,
by the GOAT himself, Michael
a decade
Jordan.
and a half, maybe
So
like
let's have a
15
look.
years. To be quite honest, like I'm not a coffee drinker. Like I got burnt out on it as a kid. I used to drink coffee with my grandma, so like, literally she burnt me out on coffee whenever I was like maybe 7, 8, 9. Like I got burnt out on coffee, bro. Like so, I'm just like at that point I don't need coffee. 2 terabyte. Like, I don't think people realize how massive that 2 terabyte is, because I mean, I think currently right now, what's the highest one is of the actual SD little cards that you can slap in the back. What is it, like 4 terabytes or something like that? That's 6 terabytes. And you know they're going to keep coming out with ones higher and higher
Hello,
than that.
everyone. It is an
with
honor to
different
be here
editions
at
and all that
Gamescom,
stuff.
representing the incredible work of our teams
Like
around the world.
having
we have a
like
lot going on here in Cologne on the show
6
floor.
terabytes,
Right here
4
behind me,
terabytes in the
attendees can
Xbox
experience the demo
is low-key
for the
kind of lit,
Diablo
and that's
4 Vessel
just
of
based
Hatred
without any
expansion.
sort of
We are also
extenders to
excited
put
be
multiple
speaking with our
cards
global
in or something like
community
that. Man,
here on the
that's crazy.
Xbox broadcast over the coming days. During opening night live, we shared that this is a massive year for Blizzard, particularly for World of Warcraft. The most ambitious creative endeavor for the team since the game's initial release almost 20 years ago begins tomorrow, with early access kicking off for our latest expansion, The War Within. And tomorrow, Senior Game Director Ian Hazakostas and Associate Art Director Tina Wang will be sharing more about the team's work on the expansion and the role it will play in the 3-part World Soul Saga.
Not gonna lie, I'm not
Last
a
night,
fan of
we
World of
also
Warcraft,
gave an
to be quite
overview of
honest.
some new
So I
features
really could
coming
care
to
less.
Diablo IV, Vessel of Hatred. And we know you have a lot of questions. So Diablo General Manager Rod Ferguson will be getting into the details of the new features coming with this expansion, and we'll share more about what's coming to Diablo Immortal. We're so excited to be here at Gamescom with Xbox and with all of you. Gaming is at its very best when we share our experiences, and on behalf of everyone at Blizzard, thank you for being a part of our legendary worlds alongside us. Now, before I go, I want to leave you with a parting gift from the Overwatch team. The origin story for our latest hero,
Overwatch?
Juno, now available in Season 12.
Man.
Enjoy.
Season 12? If y'all don't get my damn Overwatch up off my damn screen, don't get
all systems appear optimal.
Hey, how many of y'all currently right now? Y'all still playing Overwatch?
It is so hard to say goodbye.
Y'all playing Overwatch right
the
now?
only home I've ever known.
Like, I know the genre's popular,
I
but y'all playing
understand,
Overwatch?
But the colony isn't safe anymore, and our window of
I
opportunity
mean, as
is
far as I've
closing.
heard so far of keeping up with
get you on
things,
your way
that
to your
Marvel
new
game
home.
that's like Overwatch, ain't that what everybody like moved on to? Because Marvel's hot right now?
Initiating boosters.
Ain't everybody moved on?
3, 2, 1. Control?
Our sensors indicate an external issue.
I don't know who's been doing
External?
Overwatch. You do? I mean,
Follow protocols
no,
and you'll
bro.
be
I don't do none of that. I don't do
Have to
none of
hurry.
that. I don't do none of that stuff, bro. I tried one time and I was like, nah. I'm good.
Careful. I'm going to find a way to save you. All of you.
How long is this supposed to be, though?
Copy
Does anybody
that.
know how long of a show or whatever this is supposed to be?
Okay.
Why would you do that? Like, why didn't you just do that at the beginning?
Don't panic. You're okay.
I am definitely not okay. Why did I think I could do this?
Juno, I believe in you. You've trained for this kind of thing your whole life. You have all the tools you need.
Bro, like, why would you go up and kick for your rocket boots?
I have all
Especially
the
heal
tools
first.
I need.
That's the dumb thing.
Control. Problem solved.
Hear that? We're all so proud of you. I want you to live a long, happy life on Earth, sweetheart. Always remember, I love you.
I love you too, Mom.
Listen, if you like Overwatch or stuff like that, I don't mean to
Okay,
offend you. It's
Here
just
I
not my
come.
shit, you know? Like, I know it's somebody else's. It's there. It's a popular genre for a reason. But
Attention,
unknown
For me
cross.
personally,
Halt your approach and identify
I just want to like next
It
this
is
shit.
too late to halt. I'm coming in very hot.
Like I just actually want a big ass next to pop up on the screen so I could click it.
I am tracking your trajectory and will have someone meet you. For my records,
At this
where
point in
did you come
time,
from?
I am from
I would
Mars.
want Fortnite to come
my
in and
name
save me
is
from this.
Juno.
It's one of the fastest selling games in Blizzard's history, and it just made headlines again at last night's opening night live. And here to give us an exclusive look at Diablo 4's newest expansion, please welcome General Manager Rod Ferguson, Systems Designer Aislinn Hall, and Lead Game Designer Rex Dixon. Welcome, guys, to Gamescom.
Thank you for having us.
How you guys all doing? Yeah, it's exciting stuff. Now, for those of the people out there that might have missed what happened last night, why don't you clue us in? What exactly did you just do?
Kind of a snooze
Yeah, well,
fest.
last night was exciting. So our game director for their Vessel of Hatred expansion, Brent Gibson, got on stage and he talked about something that we've been going even deeper on the expansion. You know, we've talked about
I ain't gonna
the
hit you with
Spirit
no
Born
ads. I
class,
hit
we've
nobody
talked
with no
about the
ads
new
yet.
zone
I
and
haven't.
talked about the new story campaign, but we're like, there's even more in the expansion than that. And so we really wanted to get into like different ways that people want to play the game. And so we introduced the Undercity of Kuras, which is our new dungeon, which Rex will talk about.
You can't keep doing this.
Our
It
new
just
Dark
started.
Citadel, which
I'm
is our
like, you
multiplayer
can't
co-op.
keep
And
doing
then
this.
The big thing was our trailer
Like,
last night for our
hey,
Mercenaries.
man.
Mercenaries. Now,
Just
let's talk about them for a
we're
sec.
talk about
because this is a
Fortnite,
brand new
bro.
gameplay
What
feature. We'll
season
talk
is
about
Fortnite
new cast
on?
and all that kind of stuff in a
100?
sec, but Mercenaries seems really interesting. You showed off like this vignette with 4 different characters. I mean, introduce us to them. Who are these people? Why did it feel like the right time to bring it in now? And how do you hope players are going to engage with the Mercenaries?
Professional. Look, every last one of them is
the
a. First
franchise
of all,
has
they
a
all
legacy
professional.
of,
Let's be
you know,
real, let's be
followers
real.
and mercs, and
That's
we
what they
wanted
get
to
paid
really
to do.
reimagine that
But,
formula. And so we
like
added
you
this
could tell,
feature
like
called
most of them, they
Mercenaries
just
to
can't
the
wait
game.
to start yet.
There's 4 mercenaries.
Like
that
they
you can
you gonna
recruit.
shut up
One is
just so I can start
one is
talking.
Variana, Subo.
I like to hear myself talk.
And Aldkin, the demon child, which everyone got very excited about at the show the other night. And so there's
I just
a lot
want
of depth
like if
in
you're gonna show me
Mercenaries. So
some
you'll
of
meet
Diablo,
right here
just
in
show
the
me like
campaign.
some
We'll
builds, man.
introduce you
Show
to
me
this
some damn
hideout called the
gameplay
Merc Den.
of the builds
Within
that
the
you can
Merc Den,
choose
you can
from.
find these quests.
That's how you gonna
have to go
sell
on
me.
these story-based
I want to
quests
see
and
my
actually
character doing
acquire the
cool
Merc in
shit
order for them to
that's
party
doing a
with
lot
you.
of
So
damage and
each
effing up
Merc
a
has
lot
his
of
own
hordes.
backstory, his own personality.
Like I
And
want to
then
be able
once
to
you
crowd
acquire them, you
control,
can bring them into your party
F
with
up
you.
the whole
And it
horde,
essentially it
and watch it
facilitates a
be
way that
dope
solo
looking. You
players
know,
never have to feel like they're alone
that's why we
again.
play the
Because now
games,
they
man.
have
We
this
play the
friend,
games
this
for the
partner
shit
who
to
can
look
adventure
good.
with
Like
them.
if it look
And so
good,
one of the
you
ways
like.
that you progress your Merc is you have
I'ma
each
be there.
Merc has their own skill tree.
If
And
it
you
look
can sort of
good.
pick and choose which skills
So
you
far,
want them
ain't
to
nothing
have.
look good.
And it's a really nice way to complement your
Nothing.
build. So whatever build you're trying to go with, you can have the Merc set up so their skills kind of match and overlap with your own. We also have a system called rapport. The more you work with a Merc and the more you adventure with them,
Bunch of Xbox. I ain't played
the
it
more
once.
they
Ain't
can
played it
sort of
since
give you more benefits, and they can
Yeah, it's
kinda
been
grow
about
in power.
maybe 2 months
And so once
since
you go
I
back
played.
to the Merc Den, you can actually get custom
And
rewards that you can
I would
only get
mind
by
getting
progressing
back
your
into
Merc,
it.
building
It's
up
just
that rapport in
I
order
haven't
to
I
access
haven't
these
played
really
anything.
awesome
I was
rewards
stuck
at
on
the end.
Descendants for a
And then
while.
finally-
Best friend for the demon child if I want to see the good stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm in.
And then this last feature we have is called reinforcements, where let's say you don't want to have a
thank
Merc
you for
in
the
your party
membership.
all the time. You can actually say, when I use this skill or
Straight up.
perform an
In
evade or
chat, you
something
already
like
know.
that, I want
Members,
this
and he got me very some weeks. I think we got
reinforcement
like,
Merc
2
to
members in there.
jump
Well,
on the
technically
field,
3 now.
perform an action, and jump back out again.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of depth, a lot of fun, and some great storytelling in the Mercs feature.
Just to check,
Appreciate that, my guy.
you can
Thanks
equip
for
one at a
what's
time
that?
to
Well,
complement your character,
I guess
but
it's not a
you can
resub, but you
access
just
all of them and
didn't have the
try them
membership
all
for a little bit.
out,
Just
see which one works
got
best
it
for you.
back. So
Correct.
appreciate
And you
that.
can mix and match your combos, so you can have 2 Mercs, and one is your main Merc and one is your reinforcement.
Oh.
And if you're in a party, the party leader can bring a Merc with them.
Sick.
Yeah.
So 5 things happening because there wasn't enough on screen already.
I agree.
Yeah, great. Well, have you got any
Hold on,
particular
did he-
favorite Mercs that
wait,
you
what
like
did he
playing
say?
alongside?
For me personally,
Did he say that,
Rahir, because
did I
Rahir's
hear
a
like
dad,
5
and
Mercs?
His daughter is introduced in the campaign flow,
Oh.
and so I kind of like associate myself with him because I'm a dad as well. I got 2 boys.
Right.
But also, like, I have a problem when I play Diablo, and I'm always speccing into damage damage and DPS at the expense of my defensive skills. And so here has this buff called resiliency, which actually increases your armor, increases your defensive
Appreciate
buffs.
it, my guy.
And so I actually rely on that to stay alive when I'm playing the game.
Nice. Aislinn, how about yourself?
Yeah, I absolutely love Mariana. She's just totally wild. She's a butcher who's also a former cannibal, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
And I love playing aggressively. You know, I love building momentum and moving forward. And she has a kill streak mechanic, and that complements that very nicely.
I like it. Rod?
I mean, the Demon Child. I think it's such a unique character in our world. And
God damn, stop yapping and show it.
It has the sort of the two
Damn,
sides.
you could talk over it.
Side is really cool to sort of complement the.
Come on, you can't just start out with showing us what we was about to see and then click off like, nah, you ain't want to see that. You want to hear me yap.
Yeah, I'll pick Subo.
I mean, who doesn't love a drunken archer, really? I mean, that's.
Exactly.
You know,
Thank you. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, but now, as promised, why don't we cover some behind-the-scene looks at the making Diablo IV Vessel of Hatred. Check this out.
It's got that get over here. I've seen that.
In Vessel of Hatred, we travel south to Nahantu, a region with both deep ancient jungles and vast sprawling plains.
I mean,
it's the last
stretch of
land in Sanctuary's eastern continent, and we've packed it full of experiences for every type of player. In this expansion, there's a whole lot to explore under the dark canopy of Nahantu.
There's like 22 more games after this? Oh yeah, that's way too long to be yapping. What is this like? Is this supposed to be like 2 hours, 3 hours or something? Because I mean, bro, we're already 26 minutes deep.
It's the last region that we
I just want you to realize that we already 26 minutes deep.
But it is one that we've been to before
And
in Diablo.
the only two things they really talked about was Diablo.
We have 6 in total. 4 of them are jungle themed, and then we have 2 that are Red Rock Canyon, but each one of them has their own unique identity. When you first arrive in Nahantu, you're in this place called Lingering Hatred. This is high treetops canopies where you're almost walking amongst the branches high above the jungle floor.
Imagine a thick canopy that the light is just barely poking through.
The whole area has been infected by this thing called the Hollows infestation. The Hollows are a new enemy that's associated with Mephisto. They themselves are kind of like a tar-like substance creature born straight out of the depths of hell.
It feels a little twisted. There's a sickness to the area itself.
Humans have ventured into this deep part of the jungle where there's all this poisonous plants and flora. The dregs actually started experimenting with eating these hallucinogens, and it put them into this aggressive psycho rage.
The dregs were pretty fun because we were able to push more variety in the monster family. You have one of these tall dregs and then half of a body of another dreg on top of it, kind of controlling it and telling it where to go and tossing poisonous bombs at the player. When you come across it, it's very memorable.
And then we've also got the area of Tenganse, where you've got the Tenganse Plateau, which is full of these red-rocked plateaus and canyons.
Imagine
okay.
up
I was about to say, I was like, is it
land,
really like
those
22? I
gigantic
was going to be like,
walls
holy
have
crap.
pockets inside
That is
where
way too long to
monsters
be
can
yet.
live.
Like,
It
way
offered
too
up
long.
a lot of opportunity to bring back a monster family like the Lukunai.
We're bringing them back in a new way here as a fully fleshed out monster family with multiple classes.
What a more brute force looks like, what a caster looks like. They are very much apex predators, and we're definitely in their territory. And then there's a little sub-area called the Skittering Earth.
The name alone makes your skin crawl.
It's bug infested, and you can see how the bugs have destroyed
It didn't make
the
my skin
jungles
crawl. Did it make your
and kind
skin
of
crawl, Chad?
input their influence on it. Within the Field of Giants, you have these giant corpses
too
of
busy
these
trying to
long
figure out
dead
why we all
demons
still
that
yapping like
humans
this.
have begun
Could you
to
imagine if I
mine
just
away
cut this
at
shit
for
off
their
in the middle of it and
resources,
pause it
while they've
and
got a
just
lot of
yap
use
for
out
like
of them,
5
they're
minutes
toxic to the land
and then
around it.
The
started it
notion
back?
of
Could you
massive
imagine if I
demons
did that?
walking Sanctuary 1,000 years ago is really
Like,
thought-provoking.
every 5 minutes?
Plateaus
How
also
long this
got
stream
just
would
this
be?
beautiful color scheme to the lighting. It's really lovely to be there. And
That's
then
what it feels
horrific at the same time. You know, it's great.
That is what it feels like.
The Mercenaries in Vessel of Hatred are a group of people who we like to describe as ordinary people with extraordinary skills. They have the same level of will to fight against the demons of hell.
And there's 4 mercs that you can collect over the course of the campaign.
No.
It starts with Rahir, a blacksmith and a shield bearer.
This literally, well, I won't say literally because it's been 30 minutes, but it just started. They've only talked about 2
uses shield as a bulwark against the enemy.
You meet him early on in the campaign, and he's one who introduces you to the mercenary network. You end up finding acquisition quests for 3 other mercs that you can find.
I know, that's what I was saying. They told me that they're supposed to be memorable. I'm like, what?
It's going to work really well for
How
people
you gonna
who
tell
want
me
someone
like
who's
a
out
boss
with the
that you
main
fight or
melee
something like
in the
that
back, offering
is
utility and that kind
memorable
of range
when it's
support.
like
Then we have Ariana,
challenging.
Berserker Crone.
Not
who's
like a
melee
regular
combat
enemy that
fighter,
you
close
see.
range. Got a really cool combat meter.
Like, I'm gonna see this all the time. Like, why do I care about it?
To get the meter to
I'm
be
gonna be
filled.
mowing them down.
Got a bunch
Crowd
of really
control,
interesting
bro.
utility skills that you can kind of build in.
Where's Watto?
Finally,
Who
we have
gives
the
a shit?
demon child
Like,
Aldkin, who's a
I'm
magic
killing
user
them.
who can transform himself from human form to demon form and join you in combat.
There's this really great reinforcement ability where you can take one of the mercenary skills and attach it to one of your powers so that when you use that skill, it calls them in to do a specific skill.
With the Mercenaries for Vessel of Hatred, one of the things we are expanding on is the skill tree. For Diablo 3, you had a very basic type of mercenary, but this time you can actually push a little bit more into the skill tree and make the mercenary the way you would want to play.
Going through each mercenary progression arc and outfitting their skill tree so that it's complementary to your character build, I think that's where the fun in the mercenary system really lies.
The Dark Citadel is a new endgame feature that's coming in Vessel of Hatred. It's an entirely cooperative player
As somewhere else, at
experience.
some other time,
All the mechanics
like
within it are
sitting
based
back,
around
relaxing.
you working together with
Like,
your party
yeah.
members to
Now I'm
solve
just
the
like,
challenges and face the first cast
Are we gonna get this part over?
One of the outcomes of the Mage Wars is this giant crater and all the souls that were kind of lost in it from those wars.
The goal of the first Khazra, who are kind of the original Khazra, they're using the powers within the Citadel found within this crater to perform experiments to try and bring back their Dark God.
Only recently, people have started going missing. They head into the Khazra region, they disappear, never to be seen again. So it's clear that whatever they're planning is about to come to fruition, and your job as the players to get in there and stop it.
Citadels are a place where we take what is the best part of Diablo, combat, and we test it in a different way, which is adding in cooperative mechanics that you have to manage on top of that.
For example, a boss has an attack, and as a player, you have to collect an item that allows you to reflect the attack back at him. So there's a little bit of a Twitch level mechanic there where you actually have to time your reaction shot. What's interesting about it is when you get multiple people in there, we're each responsible for reflecting that shot once, so we all have to sort of master the timing of that move. You can't do that kind of thing without coordinating as a team, and that's sort of the example of what Citadel gameplay feels like.
When designing the Citadel, we designed a lot of really cool bosses. And so one of the things that we did is we took that design and made like armor sets for each of the classes. That way you feel like you took their armor and you feel like you're wearing a little bit of them after your victory.
We also have a currency that's dedicated to the Citadel, where as you play through, a vendor can be interacted with to buy custom cosmetics that are unique to the Citadel. You can play with 2 people, but the ideal experience is for 4. In order to facilitate that, we've built an all-new Party Finder feature, and the community has been pretty vocal about wanting this for a long time. It made a lot of sense to us to pair it with this new Citadel mode.
It really is an activity that's geared towards people who love to play together with their friends or with strangers and enjoy that cooperative gameplay.
I feel like that's gonna be real toxic.
I cannot wait for players to get into the world. I'm really just excited
Block
for
it.
people to
Send it
see
back.
all the little
You're new.
hidden storytelling
You
elements
can't time
that
it.
the
You're new.
teams fit in.
So there's interesting
I'm backing
things
out.
to find and see and discover.
I can hear that a
around
lot.
every corner.
I can
and
already
it's
hear
just
that
a really
a lot.
great experience getting to explore Nahantu.
Thank you for being over.
I mean, Party Finder, that is a fantastic idea. I mean, the amount of times I log on and a buddy's not there or whatever, now I can fill that gap. And who needs friends anymore, right? So, there was a lot in that. I want to talk specifically first about the Dark Citadel, because as a guy that's into his endgame activities, that's a really creative way to bring players together and actually work things out. So
like, I see Starfield up there in the back, and I'm like,
inside Dark Citadel to earn some rewards, get through it.
What's going on back there?
So
I don't care about this booth
and
anymore.
again, Dark
What's going on
Citadel
back
is built
there?
towards endgame. And we're doing more in Vessel of Hatred to push players through the campaign and then into the end game, where we think
I used to love
playing
Diablo.
Is. So
I just haven't played it in a while now.
At least 2 players to get through, and requires a lot of communication between players to overcome challenges. Every week there's going to be updated rewards, so there's always a reason to go back and do it again, because
it's like I feel like I didn't really see a lot of anything.
Fan requested feature, which is
that's why
tempering.
If it sounds like I'm like, man, what the F? It is, because I feel like I didn't see a lot. I feel like I just heard a lot of yapping and a couple of images and maybe a couple like videos, not even videos,
there is a lot
like GIFs, something, bro.
Thing that you're launching on
like
October 8th, so
I feel like I didn't see a lot
to look forward to.
Yeah, so on October 8th, we're also going to be launching Season 6 alongside Vessel of Hatred. And Season 6 is going to have a
at that point in time, don't nobody give no damn.
Bespoke.
At that point in time, don't nobody give no damn.
Season 6.
You're going to have Call of Duty coming out.
For all Diablo
Spark and Zero is going to be out.
Nice. We're going to be talking a lot more about the details
don't nobody
of the
care.
content of Season 6 in the coming months.
Like, especially the other games that's going to be coming out, too.
There's not going to just be new content coming in Season 6. Alongside Season 6 and Vessel of Hatred, we also have major character progression updates coming to Diablo 4.
I'm going to have to ask for some specifics, surely. That teases me too much. What else you got?
Yeah. So if you're familiar or you've played Season 4 Loot Reborn, you know we did a lot of itemization changes that kind of fundamentally altered a lot about how you're playing the game and how you're getting rewards.
Right now,
the scope of the character progression changes that are coming in Season 6 are
green.
It's the same. Like, it's the same.
I just want to move
scale.
on.
There's a lot of changes.
I just want to move on.
Character progression, a lot of improvements coming.
Am I going to be looking at these same 4
I'd
people?
love to talk a little bit about the goals and also a little bit about some Paragon changes that are coming with the character progression updates. Yeah, so really when we were thinking about these changes, we took a bird's eye view and we wanted to think about how can we make put the power in the player's hands.
Chat, how's y'all's day
how
going?
They want to interact with the
y'all's day going all right?
that Diablo 4 provides in the game.
We doing good this morning?
You could opt in to your challenge level that you're comfortable
if it's like
with, so
midday
that you can
for
set
you,
your own pace,
depending on where you're at in the world,
activity throughout
or
all
nighttime.
Diablo 4.
Yeah. Did you have
and
a good
so
day?
we've applied, basically, you know, if you've played Season 4 Loot Reborn, you've played some in Season 5, you might be familiar with the Profane Mind Cage.
How y'all doing?
An item that allows you in the Hell Ties to up the level of the monsters, up the difficulty, but you get more rewards as well. And we've kind of applied that philosophy throughout all of Diablo 4. You can kind of opt into your own challenge.
I'm not gonna lie, be down there at the booth and actually being able to play. I bet that's pretty dope.
We also have a lot of
not gonna lie,
changes
that is
to,
pretty dope.
Paragon. We wanted to add
but that's
depth,
said for all of them
and
going
choice
around.
to the Paragon system.
The only thing is,
but we know that it's
I know you
pretty
can,
daunting for
like
some
you can
people,
only
right?
have a certain
so we
amount of
wanted
time
to make sure that
to
while we
play
were
stuff
doing
like
that,
to keep it moving.
we weren't increasing
so
the complexity,
that's
right?
the only
We
thing
want to
that
make
sucks.
sure that it's still very, like, that it's an approachable thing, but there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. And I could go on forever and ever and ever about this for hours. But we're going to have a lot more details in a developer live stream.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying. It feels like I didn't see a lot.
Campfire chat.
It felt like I just heard a lot of talking, but I didn't see it.
Awesome. I'm absolutely buzzing to see it.
I mean, the best way to phrase it is like what Season 4 did to loot, Season 6 will do to progression.
Excellent.
And the thing too, but just go back to the Party Finder, like there's things that people look at, like what's part of the expansion and what's not. Party Finder is coming to the game, not just to the expansion. So,
oh, great.
And what's great about it is not only can you access it through the social menu that you can see, or you can access it through your remote wheel, you can actually access it from the map. So when you say, oh, I'm going to go do this dungeon, you can say, and list it as a party that people come join me in this dungeon. So it's a feature that's going to apply to the entire game.
Excellent.
Yeah, and I should also mention, in addition to Dark Citadel, we have another mode that we're bringing to the table, which is called Undercity. And Undercity is a time dungeon where you want to beat it before the timer runs out. And that mode has modifiable rewards. So you get these things called tributes, and depending on which tribute you use, you can modify and scale your rewards with the difficulty. It's a really cool mode. We're really excited. And one of the reasons we built these two modes is this concept of new ways to play. Right? People love our game. They love Nightmare Dungeons. They love Whispers. They love Helltides. But what we really want to do is make sure we have enough canvas so that every user can find something that is uniquely suited to them. And that's what new ways to play is all about.
let's see some games.
Me and my
but
friends, we
these
just love being
Ninja
able to
Turtles
have
has
a bit of
been
choice, which is
yapping a lot.
really fun in Infernal Hordes in the current season,
A lot.
for example. And being able to tailor exactly how messed up we want this level to get is really fun. So the fact that it's getting applied to more aspects of Diablo that's awesome to hear. But between now
I wouldn't be that mad
and
if it was
the
an
season 6
interesting game,
launch
like
and
if it was a
Vessel
new
Hatred,
game or something like
what
that
other activities
that
can
they
players
were
get
out
up
and they were
to
talking
whilst
about.
they
It'd be
wait?
like, okay, give me the deets on it.
I mean, really, it's jumping
This
into
is
season 5. You know, like you were talking
Y'all
about.
just been spouting
season
off
5
the
is-
same shit for like
continues the pace of season 4. You can
like
level up
15
really
minutes
fast. It's
or
very exciting. The
more.
Infernal Hordes is a great new mode, which
So
is like
fun.
You know, it's basically sort of a horde mode.
Bro,
where
it's
wave
been
after
like
wave
over
are coming
50
after you. You can go and fight the Fell
We're going
Council
on
to get
40.
rewards from that. But that's
We're going
really
on
the
40
big thing. And,
minutes.
like, just
Matter of
even
fact,
if you haven't played through the
this
campaign
has
yet,
been
that's
out
one of the nice
for
things
40
about
minutes.
the
I
Vessel
just
of
was
Hatred
late a minute.
Is that it is a continuation of that story. So where Narelle left at the end of the game, you can pick that story up and you get to continue and play. So if you haven't played through the campaign yet, now's a great time. And I would.
I mean,
you know,
if
I
you're gonna
have to
yap
also
this
do
much,
the
at
pitch,
least
right? Like,
let me have Space
Go
Marines
on.
or something like that,
It's
where
an
you could
awesome
yap
time to
this
pre-purchase
long about.
the
But like, show me a
expansion.
lot
You
of
know, one of the
gameplay.
things
of
we
that.
had some great
That'll be
incentives
cool.
before.
I'll be
You
all
get
right
the
with
new
that.
cat
Like, that's
mount, you get
acceptable.
new armor, you get pets now, you snow
Like,
leopard and the tiger that'll follow you around.
some
and pick up
things
stuff for you.
Bethesda
But with
is
last night,
acceptable
we actually added 2 more.
to
Where
yap
not only do you have
about.
angel
Certain
wings that we
other
had
things, it's
before,
like, man,
we added
come on,
demon
man,
wings
we know
last
what we
night,
doing.
so if
Just-
you've already- yeah,
Just
so
show it to us.
If you've already pre-purchased,
Show
you'll
it
get
to
your
us.
demon wings are coming, or they're
Like, the
there.
more you yap,
but
the more
it's a
we
good
like,
time.
man.
And then we actually added, and with the deluxe and the ultimate edition, we've actually added 1 month of Ultimate Game Pass. So if you haven't, jumped in yet, or if you want to add an extra month onto your subscription, pick up, the pre-purchase, and you'll get an extra month. And I already got my code last night. I watched the show, got back to my hotel room, and there was my code for a month of Ultimate. So it was awesome.
Now you got to find some other games to play while you're on that as well.
Yeah, well,
in between Diablo and
is that possible? I don't know if that's possible.
That's true.
Bro.
I mean, I've already put in quite a few hours into the current season, and it's so much fun as is. And I just can't wait to see the season 6 drop as well.
Next, bro. This is
Vessel's
such a
great new class as well.
This is such like a down. I hope that the yapping at the beginning of this is like most of the yapping that we're going to actually see. Because I'm not expecting somebody to walk out on the stage and be like, new game trailer, new game, that type of stuff. I'm not expecting that much. What I'm more expecting is like seeing the games, maybe hearing a little bit of it, but also seeing some new gameplay of it. And then maybe every now and then something sprinkled in, maybe some shadow drops on Game Pass, some shit like that.
4 different classes.
I'm not looking forward to like 25 minutes each
you can go in and double down on the
yapping about a game that
if you can be a Jaguar,
probably ain't really going to be all that popular in like 3 or 4 months.
You can be half centipede, half gorilla, and create really cool.
Hell, not
mixes
even
and
that.
unique
2
play
months. I
styles.
mean,
And so,
it came out in October,
people get their hands
September,
on. This is the first
October.
place that, outside
Bro,
of
this
press
is
and
this is
content
a
creators, people
tough
get able
time
to
for
play,
games.
and
Like
it's been fun just to watch.
once you
them
get
play.
around that
Well,
October,
half centipede
November,
and half
December,
gorilla is
it's
disturbing.
tough time, tough window.
Thanks a lot.
And at that
You're
point in
gonna stick around
time,
'cause we need
with
to
so
talk
many
about
things
that.
coming out,
Rex,
bro,
excellent.
Diablo
Thanks
is
for
probably
joining
going to be
us.
like one of the least
Changing
things
gears
on
now, though, we
everyone's
are, for
mind.
those of you who have been counting down the days to September,
Like, it's
Diablo's
definitely gonna be
Immortal
one of the
major
least
update.
things on everybody's
We've got a
mind.
sneak peek at the making of Immortal's hellish bosses, including the rebirth of the Dark Lord of Terror himself.
I hope not, man.
These are unspeakable horrors that you are fighting.
Our boss experiences aren't something that you can get in any other game.
We are giving players this heightened sense of horror.
We have to deliver the player with experience that they're the hero.
I think the spectrum of bosses that we have definitely hit everybody's personal horror stories.
So we're like 50 bosses now. Some of our bosses in Immortal are incredibly deadly, and we're really proud to be able to actually have the ability to bring Diablo back into our universe.
Everything that Diablo does, everything that Diablo says needs to be unnerving, terrifying.
It is going to be a very, very difficult battle.
The music changes, the environment changes, and all of a sudden, you have to fight for your life.
Hell no. Bro,
The process of
I do not want to be on
designing a
stream for
Diablo
those
boss is
100
usually
hours
quite
and
organic.
sleeping on
It
stream,
really
bro.
depends on
Nah,
the
son.
boss. Sometimes it starts
Nah,
with
son.
a
I sleep with my
cool
boxes.
mechanical idea. Sometimes it starts
Nah,
with
son. I'm
kind
not
of a
sleeping
narrative
fully
charm.
fucking
The story
clothed.
team is going to have a lot of
On
say
stream,
in terms
hell
of like,
no.
what is the
Hell
fiction
no.
behind the boss?
I ain't
and so
doing
what is
none
the
of
feel
that,
behind
bro.
the boss?
I mean, the longest stream that I've actually had had, I don't know, it might be like 5-6 hours.
Lavish, incredible build-up.
But I know I've had like
the final boss.
Like 3 or 4 streams in like one day, that would equivalent to probably roughly like 12 or like 13 hours
that has you
in
exploring
total.
the ruins of
So
Manor.
I guess
learning
that was
about its
basically
past.
me
And so
taking like a couple of breaks in
when you
between, like
face
maybe
him,
like an
there's
hour or
this
2 in between
context and
for
kind of a richness
content,
to
stuff
the
like that,
things
for
that
streams,
he's
stuff like
saying
that.
to you.
So that's probably the most things I would probably do.
If you are
but
paying attention to the dialogue,
I don't
will
think
maybe resonate a
I'm
little bit
not
more
built for
emotionally.
no stream for no 5 days in a row or no whole day or anything like that. Man. I ain't in on that. That's too much.
Once they have the mechanics down and how they feel the battle should go, then they get all that together and then it gets passed off to art.
When it comes to designing a Diablo boss, there definitely is a long list of visual elements that we go to. Spikes, demon horns, rotten skin, decaying skin, burnt skin, different diseased skin. How do we stretch the skin out to make it look really uncomfortable? We take different parts of the body and then we twist them in very uncomfortable, awkward ways. We love using different humanoid bodies and then almost melting them together. The intention
45.
in creating Diablo bosses
It's been 46
is to
minutes.
instill a general feeling of unease. So
It's been
if it
46
starts
minutes.
to feel like we have pushed it too hard, that's usually the comfort spots.
We have so many different representations of evil and horror, so no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, you can always bet that there is something in our game that is going to terrify you.
So we have many different kinds of bosses in Diablo Immortal. Bosses that are almost too big for the level.
Mobile
They're
game?
not mobile. You only see the top half of their bodies. We have tanks where the main goal is to just get this big, giant hunk of meat and beat it up until it dies. We have co-op bosses that are, better with friends, working together as a team to really take on these puzzles that the bosses present. And then we have
I haven't
mind-bending
slept
bosses
since last
that
stream, too.
really change the way
It's too early.
you play the game, what your perception is.
It's
of
too
the
early
boss.
for all this shit, man. I'm
But
about to go
my
down
favorite
there,
boss in the game
get some
is
water.
the Butcher.
Bringing the Butcher into Diablo Immortal was quite a journey for us
Facts.
because it is such a beloved
That is
character
the only thing that's
in the
terrifying me
Diablo
right now.
lore.
They've been
You know, when
yapping
I was
for
playing Diablo 1 for the
47
first time,
minutes.
there was this shock associated with
3
encountering
games.
the Butcher.
And
You
2
open
of them
the
have been
door,
Diablo.
He steps out. He's cleaving you very,
Again,
very fast.
I'm sorry to
You're
say
like,
Diablo,
"I've never
but it's
seen
not going to
anything
be
like this
relevant
before. What the hell
in a
is
couple
happening?"
when all these other games come out.
We wanted
This-
the Butcher
this
to
holiday.
be
It's
the real
not
Butcher
going to be
from
relevant.
the first Diablo. So it was kind of like, how do we bring him into our game, and what can we make more special about this particular encounter?
Our Butcher is super intimidating. He's a gigantic boss, towering above the player.
This is the Butcher that was basically too angry to die. He's just shoving his guts back in. He's got the chain that he throws. He's got the rush. He's got the fire coming out of the ground. And it's just a fun, nostalgic fight.
Oh, come on. We still not talking about Diablo.
Since the launch of the game.
Diablo is the Lord of Terror. His food and drink is the fear of other beings.
He has this very recognizable silhouette with his giant horns on his head and also down his back. He has this very intimidating smile that is signature to Diablo.
Diablo having a World Stone shard means he's entering the nuclear age. He is now walking around with a weapon of mass destruction to bend reality, to perhaps create new realities.
The whole team
I
is
don't mind
excited.
anybody
It's
being happy about the
electric.
game.
Getting to bring
But
back
what I don't like
Big
is
Red
yapping
and
for like
then
50, almost 50
unleash him,
minutes.
Not just on one boss,
And like 40
but
of it
on
has been
an entire
on
zone,
2
on
games that are
Sanctuary
basically the
itself.
same. One's just
This
mobile, the other's
Diablo
console.
is going to deliver a very epic experience, as good as any other Diablo games.
It's going to be the best Diablo ever. I said it here first.
It is going to be possibly the most difficult
First of all,
battle
she didn't
in
seem
the game
too
ever.
excited about that. I'm gonna say that.
Well, they're called Lilith's Mightiest Warriors, and I'm not just talking about our guests here, but joining us once again. This time to tell us more about what we just saw. We've got Diablo's GM, Rod Ferguson, and please welcome Diablo Immortal's executive producer, Pei Wen Yao. Thanks so much for joining us, Pei Wen.
Thanks for having me.
What the hell was that all about? Are you kidding me? That's got huge implications for the lore of Diablo because you're bringing him back.
Yeah, well,
tell me about this.
I mean, it's a thing that I don't think everybody really knows what Diablo Immortal is, really. So let's start with
No one cares.
I think Diablo Immortal, the way to think of Diablo Immortal is our free-to-play offering in Diablo. It's a way to bring more players in. We wanted to go where the players are. And we're like, okay, not everybody is part of the mainline Diablo 4 world.
Like Diablo.
So this is a way to
like, I just want you to
where
know.
they are. And
like,
so
I actually like Diablo.
Huge campaign over
not the mobile, but I like Diablo.
We just added 2.
And I'm like, bro, you yapping like way too fucking long.
Yes,
the best class.
With
like 100% bona fide professional
yappers. It's really an exciting time. And so the story, the campaign, which is again over these 11
like
zones,
I swear they get paid by the yap.
You're working with Deckard Cain to beat this demon Skarn. Now, what's happened is that this takes place between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. So that's why Deckard Cain's still alive, and we're able to bring Diablo back. So it's a really exciting time, and this is what this whole year has been leading up to. This is the year of the Age of Unmaking. This is the return of
like
Diablo.
I said, it streams up. I still got to do a video for Dokkan today too.
I think you
like I don't know how long this is going to be. I'm going to assume that this might be like 3 hours long, bro. At this point in time, I feel like this might be 3 hours long. It's been 3 games and it's almost been an hour.
This is truly the most
literally 50 minutes, by the way.
Of the story.
Like, excuse me, 51 because I started a minute late. 51 minutes on 3 games, and they still showing Diablo.
So I
they
think
still showing
Diablo story. Diablo world is Diablo has this reputation of corrupting people's minds, corrupting humanity, and twist people's minds. So when it comes down to the word, that means something is really going down.
So what does that mean for the people who are here at Gamescom? Do they get to experience that now, or what experience have you brought for them on the booth?
Yeah,
they're probably going to get 5.
Well, first of all, we're really honored to be here at Gamescom.
To be quite honest, we're probably on Global Dokkan Battle, well, JP2, we're probably going to get 5 red dragons.
On the phone, on the small phone. So
like, promise you, video later on that I'm going to do after this. Be on the lookout for it because I'm gonna go in on it because it is like literally one of the it's literally the craziest thing I've ever seen on Dokkan Battle. Like, to be fair, like at this point in time, Dokkan should be here. They should have somebody should have been yapping about Dokkan for this long. Matter of fact, Xbox, go buy Dokkan.
It represents a power progression because all those bosses
they can't do that.
are
they can't do
power
that.
gates. You have
they
to
can't do that. It's
beat them in order to get to the next
they can't do
level.
that. Well, they do work with Bandai Namco a lot.
You're getting stronger, and
so
you're going to more difficulty level. You get more stuff.
Partnership there, Xbox, get on this.
And the Zoom. Most important thing
console
about Diablo
Dokkan
Immortal is that we want to create this.
Should I play? I play Dokkan on my console if I got upgraded
kind of gameplay.
graphics.
So for Helicarry boss, you can actually bring.
I put that on the damn big screen.
Or you can bring your friends.
Give me landscape mode.
Let
me summon in landscape
mode. Tournament that 4 players coming into the booth and they can play, and
right now somebody was probably
rank on the leaderboard and get awesome rewards.
Yeah, you have to be 2
landscape
bosses,
mode.
So 2 phases. You have to be
now
2
you better
bosses,
stop playing.
Right now the fastest about 2
I got a
minutes
75-inch
down.
So you better stop playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Dokkan on 75 on an 85.
But anybody can do it. But it's really interesting, like that. What Pei Wen is talking about. There's been over 50 bosses made in this sort of these Helicarry bosses, and it's really exciting to see. It's part of the progression. So it's always fun to have these new and interesting.
Yeah, don't use Red Dragons. Don't use Red Dragon Stones right now. Don't do that.
But also on PC.
There's too many things popping up. Like I said,
today, and
trust me, wait till the video.
It's a great experience.
So
like, don't do that.
You can also still experience the Helicarry.
Like there's definitely clearly a one god that you need to follow, and they're pretty much like throwing it right in your face. So I'm saying, just
what kind of
relax.
Can they get into right
because
now?
To be quite honest, I think this is going to be the craziest worldwide celebration we've literally ever had, and it's going to be probably 2 or 3 times better than the actual anniversary. And that's not a cap. Like, you can clip it if you want. I'm that confident in this worldwide celebration. Nigga, 3 red dragon stones in the countdown.
It's a release we call it Crucible of Justice. This is where the story we're going to review a very, very powerful weapon.
Yeah, no, if it's boring you, it's boring me too, trust me.
Holy sword. And
the player's
going to go through the mission, the quest of purify that sword, and that sword is the secret weapon to
Yeah,
kill
they could.
Diablo. So you
They
have
could
to
definitely
find the
100%
sword
buy
and purify
Dokkan
it
Battle.
through the ritual. And for player, the ritual,
Bro, Dokkan Battle's
you know,
made like
I think if you play Diablo Immortal,
at this point in time, maybe
you know,
like what,
player is the hero.
6, 7,
player, you play
maybe
the hero,
8
you
billion.
Save the century, you save the humanity.
Bro, they bought
But the
Activision
century
Blizzard
is
for like
corrupted.
70
It's
something
dark.
billion.
And that darkness
Like, trust me, they
passes
could
to
buy
players as well.
Dokkan
So the ritual of
many
purifying this
times over.
Eldrim is actually
Microsoft is trillions of dollar company. They could literally buy it at any point in time. Matter of fact,
want to prove themselves
like, if they decided they wanted to shut down just Microsoft in general, the operating system, you know how many companies out there right now would be like, oh fuck,
holiday time, and we're going to release the second part,
like,
which is the
get
most
out of here.
exciting part.
Like, they could
and you're
literally buy it
finally
if they
gonna
want
face
to.
the
Like, it's 2 different levels.
And with the Diablo boss
Like, 2 different
itself, we
levels.
also introduced
Wait, no,
amazing
there's like 8
zone. It's
levels
called
in
the
between
War's
that.
Crown.
For
you
sure.
know, zone is one of our very, very important content in the game as well. It's beautifully designed.
One
Not
physical kid,
traditional
dude.
concept of beautiful.
Don't worry,
but
just
it's
wait for your
nice.
summons and stuff like that. Because, like I said, even if you're free to play, you should be getting over 100 of the Memorial Dragon Stones, which again will still get you 2 multis with 20 guaranteed SSRs on it.
You know, created.
Trust. Just watch the video
and
later
it's that
on.
way
I'm gonna break it all
Diablo
down.
travels through that continent and transform the place. So
Bro,
it's
I'm
very
literally
depressing, you know, all
talking
the
about
cast
everything else
coming down
because
to
I'm
the
so
earth.
tired of Diablo.
Well, that's
I'm
why,
seriously
you know,
about to turn it
players are
down.
here to save,
I'm literally turning it down because I'm so tired of Diablo right now. This is like effectively revert. Like, I don't know if this is reverse psychology, what the hell it is, but the more they yap about it, the more I don't want to ever look at Diablo. Like, the more, matter of fact, especially Diablo Immortal, the damn mobile game, I don't ever want to see it pop up. Hell, I don't even want to get an ad of it.
And so this is what's really neat about the story is that it takes Tyrael's sword, Eldruin.
Literally, 56 minutes. They've only talked about 3 games. This, bro, I swear, if this is like 5 hours or so, bro, I'm going to cut it off. Like, real talk, I'm going to cut this off if it's like 2 or 3 more. I'm probably going to cut this off and possibly even delete the damn video.
The toughest fight players have ever. I mean, is that true?
That's a level of petty. Good Lord, that is a level of petty. How petty you gotta be to delete the actual freaking video too? My God, that's petty. Thank you for the ad. I didn't give you an ad. YouTube gave you an ad. I didn't touch an ad. I'll let you know if I ever give you an ad.
Classic skills from Diablo. So, you know, it's still featuring fire, lightning. So if you go to the battle, have some equipment, have some gears that was the
They really do.
resistance will be helpful.
Like, for real W yappers. Like, if you ever needed somebody to yap for a couple of hours, this is what you need right here. These are the people you need to call. This is the people that you call to yap.
And that beat up of those enemies actually gonna recharge your Eldrim. It's gonna make the Eldrim ready to, you know, make a good use. So yeah, and by the end, I'm not gonna hint the real end.
Oh, come on.
The real end, you're gonna see this beautiful cinematics. It shows how player take Eldrim and eventually kill the Diablo. So
that's all so exciting. I can't wait to. Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to go and set a time on the booth to make sure I get a chance at that lead.
No, we need you to move the fuck on. Bring somebody else in and switch us to something else and just give us some game trailers. Something, bro. Something to get us excited. There ain't no way that I'm the only person out here complaining about these Negroes yapping this much. Bro, look. Goodness, they don't stop talking. Diablo Con. Finally, it's over. Bro, I wasn't the only person. I literally wasn't the only person. Everybody is literally talking about, get the fuck off Diablo. Get off Diablo.
This epic open world. But first, do you know what's great?
Bro, they're saying the same thing I'm saying. Same thing y'all are saying. Get off. Get off. Wrap it up. That Dave Chappelle wrap it up button, that's what we needed. Wrap it up.
It's a skiing game in which players need to find their own way down the mountains in a wild and beautiful mountainscape. Our most important new features are a real-time.
You know what? At this point in time, I'm actually excited to see this.
You play cooperatively or in a competition.
Oh, I didn't know you could change the camera angle. Hey, I like that a lot more. I love. First of all, I love snowboarding games. Like I'm big on snowboarding games. Like that's my shit. I don't know what it is, but if it comes to like extreme sort of games and stuff like that, dude, if you give me a snowboarding game and it's good, I'm good with it. Like I could probably be there for hours. If you let me do my tricks and everything in the air and all that stuff, I'm good with it. I'm there for hours. I promise you. But this looks more free to play, honestly. Or like it would be a mobile game.
The online multiplayer racing mode is all about crossing the
Online multiplayer? Bro, girl was stuck in the damn air forever.
have to ride and do tricks together.
I know I wasn't the only person seeing her stuck in the air like that.
You can also pick each other up after a crash and place checkpoints as a group.
They did talk for an hour. What are you talking about? They did talk for an hour.
In the solo mode, you have to beat challenges to unlock new mountains and trails. You can also try to reach the top of the leaderboards or beat your own ghosts. This is the mode that will be most familiar to players of our previous game.
No double backflip?
And last but not least, there's the new Send mode. Here, you can ride all trails without any kind of pressure and freely explore the mountains to find secret spots or just enjoy the beautiful landscape. Whether you're playing multi or single player, you will gain experience to level up your profile, unlock new skin types and
take it as a W.
and a large variety of customization items.
Like, you do not want them to come back and be like, you don't like this?
To watch this video.
Diablo? Diablo? You just let him have that. Let him have that. I'm about to have PTSD every time I see Diablo. I'm gonna have some nervous twitches and shit. Just acting up in public. As soon as somebody says Diablo, it's like I'm in pain. God, I'm just spazzing. Hell no, that's the last thing we want is them coming back. It's the last thing. I guarantee you, this Gamescom, that's a meme now.
The
I
Xbox
guarantee
Game Pass hype
Diablo's
is real,
a meme
and right now it's easier than ever to join the party, especially if you play on PC. Why? Because PC Game Pass is designed for PC players. Get new games on day one like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on October 25th. Play some of the biggest games of the year and unlock partner benefits from Riot Games and EA Play. And if you're not already a PC Game Pass member, join now and get your first month of PC Game Pass for $1 or €1. This offer won't last long, so act now. But first, this post-apocalyptic horror action title is set against 64 kilometers of eerie, explorable area. It's also one of the most anticipated games of the year, and here to bring us back into the zone with some never-before-seen gameplay of Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, please welcome game director Eugene Grigorovich. Eugene, welcome to the show.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for inviting.
No, honestly, it is so exciting. We've got it on the booth here at Gamescom. I've been able to get hands on. I'm so excited for you to take us through what you've brought with us today.
Why did my man
Gamescom?
look like he was so tired of the yapping?
The previous was a year ago when we bring our demo, which was shown just on the PC.
Yeah.
And today we are bringing another demo, which will launch on Xbox Series X.
All right.
And from our experience, it's
because he was looking heavy. He was like,
we are
bro,
happy for what we bring here, and
what do we do?
We get the first impression from the players and the press, and till now I'm happy from what they are telling us about the Xbox build.
Yeah, honestly, I got to have hands-on with it, and it is so much fun. Because what we're going to do as well is we're going to hop straight into the gameplay that you're going to talk us through. So anyone watching who's excited to see Stalker 2 for the first time,
yeah, Black Ops 6 looks like it's going to be pretty good.
What they're going to be getting their hands on. So, what are you kind of? So, are we going to bring the gameplay up? So we've got it on our screens. So.
He looked like he was the drummer.
If you want to talk us through this gameplay, so we can know what we've got coming up.
Yeah. I'll take this part. So here the player
looks like a basis.
Doing his first quest.
I was going to be my next guess, to be quite honest.
Scanner a device.
But drummer, he just seems like a fifth drummer.
Doesn't know a lot about how it works and what it's for. He just gets information that it's somehow recharging artifacts that's put inside it, and that if it got successful, it's gonna bring a lot of let's say money.
Yeah.
Maybe something else. So at this point, player don't know what is the goal of the character, why he's doing it, and he's learning the story about your character also by doing this quest line.
Because this is actually the bit that they've got on the show floor here, isn't it? At the start of the game. Because I had so much fun. I get what you mean as well when you're just trying to discover what exactly it does, and the storyline sets that up. But what about the combat in the game as well? Because we can kind of see our first fight here.
And immediately started getting pieced up.
It's a group of bandits. They were resting just nearby in their camp and doing their cheeky-breaky stuff. And then they saw that
who's playing?
Happened. A wall was destroyed with a huge noise. They just turned up, going to see what's happening, and found you, a player, and.
It's amazing as well, because I found myself when I was playing this, I was like the flashlight turning on and off, and like you can also like lean around corners, can't you, to kind of like engage fights from like a bit of cover.
Yeah, so it's very important in this game to have a proper tactics. You should hide a lot, you should use your medkits, you should survive grenades, because AI is very pushing and challenging.
Yeah.
They're trying to
I don't know what was going on there, but he didn't look like he was familiar with FPSs.
It's pretty stressful, so
I tell you that.
It's a first fight. It's very simple fight.
Or that's an AK that he's got,
bandits,
which I think it is an AK.
As from what we can see,
recoil is
often lead you
crazy.
To several deaths.
It's very unforgiving as well. And we just see as well, I found that it's like a big part of the game is like looting. So what kind of things should people be looking out for when they're looting?
Yeah, so the part of the game, so while we are fighting, we are losing our resources, consumables, food, ammo, and after the fight finished, we have to get through the dead bodies' pockets to find some ammunition, maybe loot their camp to restore what we just spent. Because without it, we just ran out
that knife
of
in there
ammo, and
just said,
the player would be like,
this is what we do now.
Because that's the big thing I have. I am very trigger happy when it comes to first-person shooters. Like I fire way more bullets than I should, and then I found myself as well. I was like, I need to go check every building that I can because I need more ammo. Like, what kind of advice would you say for players hopping into Stalker 2 to spend their time in the world?
So the reason why you should discover and look for some stashes in locations is not because you just want to find some items, but because it's interesting to discover this abandoned place where was some living some time ago, and where is some story behind it. And when you are just walking around and looking for the corners, and it's beautiful there, you can surprisingly find something stashed there, because it's an Stalker stashes. They use some stashes for their next journeys, because they can bring like hundreds of thousands of kilograms. They have to make some stashes for there, and players sometimes find them, and it's often rewardable, and often it's very rewardable, because you can get a huge equipment boost by just going to some building you didn't expect to find anything there, but it could be there.
That's what I found. I found myself like an assault rifle when I just had a pistol to start with. I was like exploring buildings and found that. But the game also, it looks amazing.
Yeah, this is the start of a next fight. The player, we have some stealth mechanics.
Yeah.
So it's not very as you used to have a stealth in the game. It doesn't offer you like ability to be invisible for enemies. No, they will see you and shoot you. But at least it allows you to get slightly closer, to find better position to start the fight, and or maybe to initiate the fight with a grenade, so it would be easier for you, and then the fight is pretty challenging.
Yeah.
And you have to watch your hit points and your state, because you could be bleeding, and you have to use a bandage to stop this bleeding, because it's it's gonna last for long, and you're gonna lose a lot of hit points if you not stop and use the bandages.
Yeah, because you have multiple ways of healing, don't you?
Yeah.
You've got like the bandages to stop the bleeding, but there's like different types of med kits that you can find as well.
You can have a regular med kits and medical med kits and an army med kit.
Yeah.
And they provide additional boosts, but mostly it's restoring the hit points. But also, if you are not in the fight and you just need to recover a small portion of health, you can just eat, and it will also bring you a small portion of hit points.